It's good to see you. Thank you. New tonight, Boeing says the company's downturn will now cost some Puget Sound workers their jobs. The company reported a loss of more than $650 million through the start of 2020. And now Boeing leaders will slash about 10% of its workforce as a reaction to slowed production and a drop in business. The job cuts will be the deepest among commercial airline production. We do have team coverage of what this news means for Boeing, its local workers, and of course our whole community. Q13's Frankie Thompson digging into the impact of what an uncertain future for Boeing will mean locally. But let's start with Q13's Steve Kiggins with the details on today's announcement. Steve.
Brian, the company executives told us that white-collar jobs would represent a higher percentage of those layoffs that are coming, but they added that their plants in South Carolina and right here in Puget Sound will bear the brunt.
So you spend more time with the people that at work than you do your own family.
No one really knows the answers to any of this.
News of the coming layoffs reverberated across our region, but they're not the only worry for longtime employees. These men asked us to conceal their identity for fear of being disciplined for speaking out.
You know, the shop floor is kind of a jittery place right now. Everybody's really concerned more about the COVID-19 than the layoff itself.
What's to come? Boeing leaders announced a plan to lay off 10% company-wide, and worse, 15% of those building commercial aircraft. The first quarter alone, the company reported a $641 million loss. Coupled with airlines across the globe seeing an unprecedented low number of customers paired with the grounding of the 737 MAX, the coronavirus pandemic has hit the company in ways never before seen.
This is worse than 9/11. This is worse than SARS. This is worse than the Great Recession. Never seen anything like this, and I've been in this industry since 1979.
Industry analyst Scott Hamilton says the layoffs will ripple into other sectors as each person Boeing employs spurs another 3 to 4 jobs.
Across the globe, you will see airlines shut down. You already have, and you will see more. Boeing and Airbus both have had lots of requests for deferrals. Boeing has had about 300 cancellations on the MAX, both related and unrelated to COVID.
Boeing already sought voluntary layoffs earlier this year. The company has survived crisis before, but this time around, where a pandemic slashed demand for air travel, frontline workers worry the global need for new aircraft will be depressed for years.
Just in Painfield right now, there's approximately 40 Southwest Airlines that are parked.
Until people get comfortable with the plane itself, i.e. the MAX, and then getting over the COVID to be able to get on a plane and put all their trust in the airlines, pilots, the company, and all that, they've got to prove themselves.
So company executives tell us they've been in talks with airlines and others to come up with ways about changing design to help make sure that passengers in the air are safe. We also spoke with an industry analyst who tells us it could take anywhere between 4 to 8 years to see the same kind of air travel numbers that we saw last year. In Seattle, Steve Kiggins, Q13.